We are the Prunties. Welcome to our channel.
Y'all, how you guys doing today? Today is Vlogmas Day 11, and I am coming to you guys because I'm going to be doing a makeup, kind of get ready with me chat. This chat is basically going to be about how to overcome how you feel. Because Lord knows it's hard to overcome how you feel. Sometimes we can get a little wrapped up in how we feel. So hopefully I can encourage somebody and give somebody some good advice to kind of get through until you get to. Because that's what I've been kind of on these days, trying to get through till I get to. So hopefully I can get through to somebody and I can get through to my own self. Because I'm talking to myself too. And I can do my makeup and, you know, we can get this video going. Alright. Okay, first y'all, I gotta drink my Frisca. I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh. Stuff is so good. Let me put that to the side. Alright, y'all. To start, of course we know I use my rose water. Am I missing a nail? My nail fell off, so don't mind the nail. But, rose water. I spray it on my face. Stuff is amazing. Kind of let that soak in on the skin. Yeah, but I guess we can get right into this chat, y'all. And I do have on a bralette. Like, I have on a bralette. I just have on this kind of thing over it. So yeah, but we gonna go in. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all got a little cough as well. I do not have COVID. So, yeah. The test was negative. A common cold, unfortunately. But, yeah, so we are going to get right into this video. I'm trying to actually find my products. It's like, man, I should have had my stuff. I got so much makeup, it don't make no sense. So me trying to get this together is like a show. First, I do something a little different. I don't do, like I say, you know, well, you'll get to know me that I don't do what other people do. I kind of do my own thing. Sorry, I'm receiving a phone call. I don't know who it is because I ain't never seen that number before. So, anyway, I do my own thing. I don't copy anybody. I just try to do me as much as possible because that's the best way to be. Just live your life and do you. I wish my wig would do right, but so yeah. First off, girl, you're looking a mess. I have my mirror here. I have a mirror right in front of me, by the way, too. I really do. I put concealer on first. I don't put foundation on first. I used to just put my foundation on, but I'm getting a little older, and you know, we're getting a little dark about around these eyes. So I like to put my concealer on first, and like I said, I'm still sniffing and coughing and stuff, so yeah. I just add this everywhere I kind of want this. And trust me, this ain't the last time I use concealer. This is just to get me going, to get me started, to cover up some uglies, some X's and O's. Having a lot of those on my face lately. I used to have the smoothest face. I used to get compliments on my face. So yeah, the compliments I used to get on my face, I was like really appreciative of, because I was like, wow, thank you. You know, I was told my skin was nice and everything like that. I had really beautiful skin, and this is the time where I really didn't feel like putting on makeup. So it's like, yeah, I didn't feel like putting on makeup, so I would just do my treatments on my face and just wear no makeup. But now these bags is getting to another level. But anyway, let's get into this conversation. How do you get through until you get to? One thing that I have learned about this life is that nothing that we think most of the time is going to happen is going to happen. And I say that with the utmost respect and to the fact that don't give up on what you want to do as far as your dreams. If you have a dream, fulfill it. If you have a dream, accomplish it. But just don't get caught up in that one thing. You need at least 2 or 3 things. And the only reason I say you need 2 or 3 things is because sometimes in this life, like when we're younger, we are told to dream big and have these big dreams, and we plan out. I mean, how many of us in this life have planned out our life in our minds? Like, we have planned it out, like, you know, I'm going to be this, I'm going to have this, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. And then you turn around and you that age that you said all this stuff was going to happen, and then you realize that I haven't done any of it. You've probably done at least one of those things out of all of it. And it's like you don't even realize, wow, I haven't done any of this. Like, this is the stuff that I said that I wanted to do. I haven't done any of it. So it's like we get caught up kind of in this like fantasy of this dream that we have, which is fine because there's nothing wrong with dreaming. You always are supposed to dream. That's why you need to have hope in something. That way, you can feel like you have something that you're working towards, which is a good thing, right? But what about when you go through this life and negative things hit you back to back? Like, what about those times when you go through this life and you have all these negative things hit you back to back? I just put my foundation on. This is CoverGirl True Blend. This is my first time trying this because I wanted to see what it was about. I don't even know if it's my color, so we're gonna see. And this is a yellow undertone, you can tell. It's okay. I ain't wore it all day yet to know, so it seems okay. Yeah, but I don't know where I stopped. That's why. Okay. Yeah, so like, what about when you don't accomplish all those things that you set out in your mind to accomplish, that you dreamed of, and you turn around and you live in a whole different lifestyle than what you planned? I mean, going back to even my story, I have a mirror here because I need to be able to see my makeup because that mirror is too far. But going back to even my plans, to be honest with you, I always felt like I was going to be rich, wealthy, or something. I always felt like I was going to be this big, time actress. I felt like I was going to conquer the world. Like, let's just be honest. I dealt with a lot when I was younger. First thing that I've dealt with, and like I said, I'm going to mention the things that I've dealt with in this video because I think it's important to let people know that, they're not alone in whatever you're dealing with. For me, I was molested as a kid. I was molested as a kid. Molested and tricked in. I had been no more than probably 8 or 9, and maybe 10, I think. But I was molested, and I was lured in with money. Like, if you tell a kid, I'll give you $10, what do you think they're going to do? And it was by a family member. And, if you tell a kid, here goes $10, what do you think they're going to do as a kid? They're going to come get the money because they're, they're a kid, So, and I blame myself for that a lot. Like, that was a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the first thing that I had gone through that I didn't realize they would have an effect on me today. I did not realize they would have an effect on me today. Does my foundation look smooth? But going through that molestation, I didn't know that it would affect me until I got older. That was the first traumatic thing that I went through that I did not realize that was really affecting my life. The second thing that I went through that was very traumatic was when I was 12 or 13, around one of those ages, I had 3 seizures in a row. I was in a medically induced coma. My parents had to make a decision on my life after a while because they didn't think that I was going to make it through it. And even when they said that I would make it through it, that I probably wouldn't be the same. So it would be kind of like you're taking a chance. I do want to thank God for my grandpa, because at that time when the doctors had pronounced me, you know, basically as a doner or goner, my grandpa said no. He was like, no, we're going to pray. So my whole entire family was there. That's how bad it was. And that's how, you know, crazy it was, because I've heard this story, but from my family, but from my grandpa, but my whole entire family was there, and they dragged everybody into the room, even the doctors, to pray. So, and I appreciate that, because, you know, to have doctors praying or stay in the room to pray was something. So the doctors were in the room, and everybody was in the room, and they were praying for me. And honestly, in that moment, I can tell you now that I remember waking up. I remember waking up, and I remember I was still in a daze, of course, because of all the medication, but I remember seeing all my family members around me. And so I remember that. So yeah, I remember them being there, and I remember, you know, the prayers and everything. Not the prayers, but I remember like my family, you know, praying and praising God because I had woken up. So that's, you know, that was the thing, one of the traumatic experiences that I had went through. And the concealer I'm using, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm using the Milan, the same concealer that y'all seen in the last video. But once I opened my eyes and stuff like that, you know, and they got me stable, I was able to talk. You know, the doctors even said, they said that, well, it's a miracle that she is, you know, that she's functioning. They were pretty shocked that I had made it through that. They were, I forgot to bring my brush. They were pretty shocked that I had made it through. They were really shocked. And, so then, of course, I lived a life of, as a younger kid, I mean, I had epilepsy, you know, pretty bad. You know, I would have episodes, you know, here and there. And I think, you know, it kind of put me at a place where, you know, I was more so, I started to become fearful of, even as a kid, I started to become fearful, because I was like, man, am I going to make it? Am I going to live through this? You know, am I going to be okay? Because I kept having epilepsy episodes, like, really often, like, a lot, basically, like, a whole lot. And I made it out of every episode. It wasn't easy going through it, and, you know, and stuff like that, but I ended up making it out of the epilepsy episodes, and thank God for that. So I'm grateful for that, because whoever knows anything about epilepsy, you know that it's not a fun thing to go through. It's not an easy thing to go through, and it takes a toll on you, on your body. It takes a toll on your body, but it takes a toll on, of course, your mind. You might experience some memory loss. It just depends on the situation. But like I said, to make it through every episode, I praise God. You know, I've been through a lot with that. So I wasn't able to, like, work a lot. You know, I had to, because, you know, it was just too much for me and everything like that. So I kind of didn't. I've had jobs, but, you know, I had to be careful with lighting. Like, if the lighting was a certain way, it was like I could go into one. So it was like, really, I had to be really careful how I moved or whatever. So I really didn't have a job much. You know, I've had jobs, like I said, but they never lasted, because I had a job where I actually had one on the job. So I was a medical, what did they call me? They said I was a liability to the job, so they had to let me go, which was fine, because I really didn't like the position anyway. I wasn't happy, and so I was fine with that. When they said they had to let me go, I'm like, peace. But that was the second traumatic thing that I went through. So then I started, when I got a little older, I think I was like 15. I'm skipping along some years. I actually met my husband. And when I met my husband, I met him when I was 15. And he was 18. I met him at the movies. We pretty much had a good relationship. We had our problems, you know. Any young couple, you know, you're gonna break up, you're gonna make up, you know, that kind of thing. That's where we did a lot. But like I said, ultimately we knew that we wanted to be together. So, and we stuck it out. You know, he seen me have a few episodes, and you would think at his age he would just be like, she dealing with this, I got to go. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? You, a young man, you can have anybody you want, but you stick with somebody that you know has a medical issue. I think that's a strong man. I've made a lot of mistakes, and so have we both. But we know we love each other. We know we want to be together, and we know that the grass is not green on the other side. We know that. So, like I said, the thing is, meeting him was a really great thing that happened in my life. And my husband's name is Jermaine. He does have a YouTube channel too. It's called Miracles in Unity. Miracles in Unity. That's his YouTube. But like I said, though, I mean, that was something that just kind of happened in my life when I met my husband. That was a good thing to happen. So, after I meet him, you know, I started wondering after a while, like, man, why can't I just seem to have a baby? You know, we had been together 4 years. We ended up getting married after 4 years of being together. So we got married because we went to a church. They kind of, not that they forced us to get married, but they kind of put, like, you're living in sin and stuff like that. So we kind of felt like, okay, we living in sin. We were living together. We need to kind of make this official. We wanted to be together, but we kind of wanted to probably wait a little bit longer. But we just ended up getting married, which is not a bad thing. I'm grateful for everything. So we get married, and I was 18 when I got married. 18 years old when I got married. Grateful for the decision, you know, and everything. But I started to struggle. I noticed that my periods were off. Like, you know how most people would get a period like every month, and you know, it was sometimes I wouldn't even get a period. So I was concerned. I was like, man, I'm not even getting a period. So this can't be normal, you know. I need my brush for my eyebrows, man. I'm like, I'm not even getting a period. I said most of the time, so what is going on? So I went to see a doctor. I went to see a few doctors. If I go into this story, and I already got a video on it anyway from years ago when I used to do YouTube, but so like I said, I've been through a bunch of fertility treatments. I've had a lot of fertility treatment. I've done IUI probably 3 times before actually having my daughter. I had infertility issues for probably about 14 years of infertility issues. We've been together 19 years. So we've been actually trying for 14 years to have a baby. So for about 14 years of I've been trying to have a baby. And when I say that takes a toll on you, it takes a toll on you. But like I said, when you have infertility issues, you know, it's hard. You know, I had people invite me to baby showers, inviting me to birthday parties, not being sensitive to what I'm going through. Because, I mean, most of the time people knew what I was going through. Because they'd be like, why you don't have no baby? And I'm like, because I have infertility issues. It's not that easy for somebody to have infertility issues to just pop out a child like it is for you. You know, it takes a little bit more. And so nobody was really being that sensitive to the situation. So I would go to these baby showers and stuff like that. And when I would get home to my husband, I would literally break down. I would break down because I was so down about the fact that I could not make my own baby. I didn't feel like a woman or nothing. But like I said, I do have a video on that. It makes you feel like really weighed down. Like, so yeah, that having infertility issues was never fun. You know, people with kids back to back and you still don't have any. But one day back in 2018, it was like June, I started to feel a little weird. And I thought I was actually having a epilepsy situation. So I was really scared. And when those things happen, I try to calm down and just stay real. I try to stay real calm when those happen. Like when I feel like, you know, sometimes you can feel them. So I'll stay real calm. But it wasn't that. So I told my husband, I said, I need to go to the store to get a pregnancy test. You know, he was just, you know, because then we had given up on it. We was just like, you know, he was like, okay, you know, we both didn't have in mind that, you know, oh, I'm going to be pregnant. That's not what we were thinking at all. We were basically done with the, you know, shenanigans of getting excited. Oh, you know, you possibly pregnant. You know, we didn't do any of that because we had a miscarriage, you know, because I actually did have a positive pregnancy test and, you know, and I ended up having a miscarriage. So we weren't excited when I told him that I needed to go get a test from the Dollar Tree. So we goes to get the test from the Dollar Tree and we come back home. We literally come back home right after getting the test. So, and this all is going to lead to some, a point. But, so we go to Hardee's, then we go home, and he's in the living room, and this was at our old place, and he is watching TV, and I'm in the back taking the pregnancy test. When I took the test popped up immediately. Like, it didn't even hesitate. The test popped up so quick, and it was like, positive. Let me tell y'all, I could not believe what I was seeing. I was like, I looked at it for a minute myself. Cause I was in disbelief. I was like, oh Lord. I was in disbelief. I was like, no. I said, this ain't real. I thought it was so fake that I called the doctor that day to come in for her to do a blood pregnancy test. They did the blood pregnancy test when we got to the doctor's appointment, and she confirmed it. She came back in the room. She said, yes, Melissa, you're pregnant. She said, you're about 8 weeks along. I was like, I'm 8 weeks? I was like, I'm 8 weeks? Y'all, I couldn't even believe I was 8 weeks pregnant. I was like, where in the world was I? And what was I doing? I was 8 weeks pregnant, didn't know. I was like, Lord Jesus, what in the world was I doing? I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't even know I was pregnant for 8 weeks. So like I said, I go through the pregnancy. I had a smooth pregnancy. I'm sorry, I keep wiping my nose. I don't want it to be dripping on camera, but I had a smooth pregnancy. You know, I didn't have many issues. You know, everything was pretty much smooth. Went through I only pushed like, how many times did I push? I pushed at least 5 times before she actually came. When I got to the hospital, I was 9 centimeters dilated. So, they wasn't really able to do the epidural, and I wanted that because I didn't want to deal with the pain. But I ended up dealing with the pain anyway, and it was well worth it because they didn't have time to do an epidural. They had to rush me upstairs. So, like I said though, going through all of that, I was hopeful that, you know, things were going to, you know, I got my daughter, you know, now, or, you know, and things were going to get better, you know what I'm saying? Life is going to be this, I'm just excited, you know? Life is going to be great now, you know? And y'all don't mind me because I didn't do a eyeshadow look because I really don't wear eyeshadow. I like more, so I only wear like stuff like that if I'm going to like an event or something. Most of the time I just do, like I said, I do me. This is just like something that I do, and this is just, you know, the basic. But yeah, where was I at in my story? Yeah, and after I had my daughter, I found out I had a kidney stone. So I was like, okay, this this too shall pass, and hopefully it will pass. The thing didn't want to pass. They had to they ended up doing surgery. I forgot, sometime in August. Got that removed. I'm like, okay, because the pain from that was like labor pains. Okay, that's gone. We good. Having pains again. I'm like, okay, I'm having pains again. Maybe this is because, after effects, See, in my mind, I'm not that, I'm like, after effects, Go to the hospital. I pass out in the emergency room. You have gallstones, and that's what's causing your pain, Okay. Get that removed. I got that removed November the 3rd. But before that, I had an endoscopy done because I was having issues swallowing. Like, I feel like food would get stuck here. So they've ran all kinds of tests. When I tell you they ran all kinds of tests. So now we're still trying to figure out. Like I said, the gallbladder's gone. No issues with that anymore. Kidney stone was removed, and then we still trying to kind of figure out that's why I went to go get imaging done the other day, because we still trying to figure out what's going on with my throat. Like, why can't I physically eat? I've lost a lot of weight, so I'm sure if you knew how much I weighed, I think I was like 160, which wasn't bad, but now I'm like 131. But before that, I was down to 129. So I've gained 2 pounds, but we still trying to figure out what's going on here with the swallowing, because when I try to eat, sometimes, not all the time, when I try to eat something, they feel like it's stuck here. And kind of, they do want to do a muscle relaxer type thing to see if that might help, because it might be one of my muscles in my throat that won't open up or won't relax or something. So they want to see if that's the issue, because they check the esophagus. They say everything looks good with the esophagus, everything looks good with this, everything looks good with that. You don't have any cancer, so let's just keep going until we figure out what's going on. So that's what we're in the process of doing now. And once I finally get a final result of whatever, I will give an update. So sometimes I don't feel well, though, because it causes me to, like, when it happens, it's like a ripple effect. It causes my chest to hurt. Like, it's like, sometimes it's like, so I just kind of want to relax. So my point in saying all of this is to say that when you're going through things in life and you have your life planned out in your mind, like, this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to, this is how things are going to go, never plan out your life. Live your life. And the reason why you want to live your life is because you don't want to get caught up in being one of those ones that's making plans and then they don't go your way, and then you find yourself in a depression because things didn't go your way. That's what happened to me. I thought I had my life planned. I was going to have kids at a younger age, I was going to be an actress at a certain age. And not saying that I still can't do that stuff, but it's that it can't happen, because I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that just don't plan out your life. Just live it. Live your life. Enjoy your life and have your dreams and want to accomplish those dreams. Of course, work towards them, but don't get down if they don't come out the way you planned them to. Because, like I said, life has a funny way. It does. It has a funny way of showing you that you're not in control. As much as you want to be in control, and we think we are in control, and we say we in control, most of the time we not. Not like we think. Because if I can go back to a lot of the stuff that I have actually gone through, I'm telling you, I wouldn't change it, because it's, like I said, my life experiences have actually helped mold me, and this is my makeup look. I told you I don't do much. Sometimes I do, though. Sometimes I go completely, like, mannequin. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go mannequin on you. Like, Seriously, I go manic, and it's like my nose be chiseled now. But what I'm dealing with my nose, I haven't contoured my nose or anything because it's pointless at this point. But yeah, sorry y'all. Like I said, life has a funny way of showing you that you are not in control, and you go because you plan it out, you know, and it doesn't come out that way. And what I wanted to say to anybody out there that's going through anything that seems too hard, and it could be anything, you could be going through anything, I wanted to encourage you to do not give up on yourself. It might look bad, and it might seem bad, and it might feel bad, but don't give up. I am a testimony to the fact that you can get through anything. Life is hard, life is tough, life is draining sometimes, and it's hard to kind of figure out how you gonna get through from day to day, but you can, because that's why you're you. You're you because you can get through. And I think the best part of, you know, even myself, is that knowing that in my mind, I have to keep in my mind that better days are coming. Better days are coming, better things are coming, and to be grateful for this day. Don't focus on any other day but the day that you're in, because I think what happens is we get too excited and we focus on a whole nother day that we ain't even seen yet, and that day we don't know what is going to bring us. So we need to focus on the day that you're in. If you're feeling good today, enjoy that. You can't go through this life with the mindset that, you know, every day is going to be perfect. Every day is going to be good. Every day. You can't do that. We want that. Is it realistic? No. Because life brings challenges to us to test our faith, to test our being, to test us, to see what we going to do. I have been to counselors, and like I said, I didn't go into deep of some of the things that I went through. I just told you surface level. But if I was to go down deep, you know, you would be shocked about some of the things I've actually experienced and went through and actually come out, and I'm here today to talk about it. And I've been to counselors, like I was saying, and they were shocked. I've talked to, because I was trying to find a counselor that was right for me, that I felt comfortable with, but I've been to counselors and they're like, you're not on any drugs, you're not doing any, you know, anything, you're not drinking, you're not doing any illegal drugs. I'm like, no. They were shocked because everything that I discussed with them that I have been through, they were shocked that I have not been on any drugs or any alcohol. Because I choose personally not to take that route, because I know that route is not going to lead me anywhere but to a further despair. I don't want to be in type of any further despair. I want to come up out of this, because I believe that there is better. I believe that there is a silver or light at the end of the tunnel, or whatever they say, you know. But I do believe that, you know, when you're going through stuff, you do need to have a mindset that this is not going to always be like this. That's my mindset. I'm at the point where I'm like, it's not going to always be like this. I go through until I get to, and I'm going to get to, and I guess I'm going to be going through until I get to. See what I did there? Nah, but I just tell y'all, you know, just know that you're not alone. Anything that you're dealing with, somebody else has dealt with it. So nobody's alone. You just have to know that, even if you don't find that person that you can talk to about everything that you can kind of relate to, you know that you're not alone, because somebody else has gone through it. You know, I wanted to start my YouTube to kind of encourage people, because I know everything that I've been through, and I know that if I've gone through all of this and I've gotten through, I know anybody else can. And life is very, very draining at times. Like, sometimes, you know, it's like, like, really, like, this is, you know, because especially when you always receiving bad news or something bad is happening all the time, you kind of feel like, you feel like it's the end, because you feel like you can't get through, you know. And it's like, but you can. It's not the end. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. You got it. Trust me. You got it. Keep going. That's what I'm telling myself, because I need to know this for myself as well. This is not just for y'all. This is for me too. I need this. I'm not excluded from this. I'm not living no perfect lifestyle here. I show y'all around my house. I'm living in an apartment. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm living in an apartment. My battery's going low. I live in an apartment. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm grateful for it. I have somewhere to live right now. Do I want better? Yes. Am I going to get better? Yes. But am I going to stress about where I am now? No. I'm going to live where I'm living now until I can get where I want to get later. And that's in God's timing, or that's in the timing that just happens, wherever you choose to believe it for yourself. So, like I said, don't give up. Life's challenges is a lot, but that's why you're you, because you're strong and God knew you can deal with it. So deal with it. Like I said, this ain't just for y'all. This is for me too, because like I said, we all need that encouragement. We all need that motivation to get through sometimes, because life, boy, I'm telling you. If I can tell you, sometimes I don't even feel I have to have my mom over here a lot to help me out, because sometimes I don't feel well enough to even be by myself to take care of my own daughter. We're still trying to figure out things, like I said, with this, because this right here, not being able to eat properly, has been a tough thing. Think about not being able to eat what you want to eat. Y'all, I'm telling you, I have an appetite. I want to eat it, but is it going to make this feel weird? Am I going to feel good today, when I eat it? So, like I said, keep pushing. Your end result, hopefully in Jesus' name, will be your best result. And like I said, I just want to encourage somebody today, and I pray to God that I did, and I pray to God you guys love this video and watch this video and support this video. And like I said, I know my makeup, I didn't explain everything well. I kind of just skimmed through it and everything, but I didn't do much. This is kind of what I do. And I sometimes, like I said, when I want to get that mannequin look, I go a little further, and I'm completely... when I do the mannequin look, you probably can't even see these bumps popping out my face. That's how much makeup it is. But I'm not really feeling those vibes right now. I kind of want to be more so on a comfortable level, and I feel like this is more comfortable for me right now, so this is what I'm going with. But like I said, though, I appreciate you guys watching this video today. Like I said, and I'm sitting in my room on my bed. I know it's crazy because I have so many pillows, and the sad part is that's not all my pillows. The pillows, I took some of my pillows from in here and put them in my living room to sit on, because I just love pillows. Like, when you get to know me, I love pillows. But like I said, I really appreciate you guys watching this video today. Thank you for watching. Y'all be blessed. Don't stress, and you will receive your best. And I'll talk to you guys later.